What is up? What is up? What is up, y'all? Thank you all for being here on this Sunday afternoon. Y'all, it is exactly 3:47 p.m. out here on the West Coast. And I thank you all for being a part of this live stream on today. I am honored to come before you all on Them Folks platform. But I would encourage you all to click the link in the description and at the top of the chat. It is pinned to get with us over on the Patreon. We are going to have extended conversations of this type. And I want y'all to understand these are the type of conversations that move me. So I'm going to drill down on them. I'm going to get into it. And I hope y'all rock out with me. We got some people we need to recognize in the chat, y'all, because our mods are in the room. And I'm excited. I gotta talk back church here today. Honey K in the building. Miss Ann in the building. Amethyst Angel in the building. Thank you, Pie, for being here. Urban Southern Cookie, our sister, is here. Kathy Bumbelow is here. Vivian Omeda is here. Says, blessing to all. My first live. Well, I'm glad to have you here, Vivian. We appreciate you rocking out with us. Now, y'all, let me tell you ahead of time, this is probably going to be the shortest live that I've ever done. Our sister AJ Droddy, y'all, my mods are rocking out. Y'all inspire me. I feel like I need to go another further. But this is just a short video, and I wanted to give y'all an example of what we're going to drill down on in the Patreon, because these are the types of conversations that really stir me to action, and I hope that they move y'all. Just released a video on this YouTube channel about the Texas situation where a young man lost his life at the hands of another young man, and both of them were 17 years old at a track meet, and some foolishness popped off. And y'all, we need to combat ignorance. And so many people on both sides of the conversation are trying to make things racialized and trying to put so many opinions into the mix. It's throwing people off track. That's why I commented on it. That's why I opined on it, because I wanted to put my opinion out there just for people to soak in a little bit of something that might be different from what you're hearing in the mainstream media, might be different from the people you are following. But these kinds of circumstances that we find that take place amongst us every day are the kinds of circumstances that stir me to want to lift my voice and say a little something. So we gonna do it here today, just a little piece. This video short, y'all, ain't but less than 10 minutes on this video. We're gonna rock out real quick, and I'm gonna let you go. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being a part of this conversation. Amethyst Angel, thank you for the 2. She said, if it's Kojic short, we'll be here for an hour. Look, she understands. That's our sister. She rock out with us the long way. We thank you, Amethyst Angel, for being a part, and we thank God for you for being a presence not only here but in the Patreon. Y'all click the link, get on over there and participate in the conversation. We trying to expand it in ways that them folks won't let us hear, and we gonna test the waters today, because they might feel some kind of way about us sharing what we're sharing, even on this platform today. We just gonna see. We gonna push the go button, and we gonna find out what happens. But if you want to further the conversation, you want to go another further, then come on and see us on the Patreon, and we'll take it there. Our sister, Urban Southern Cookie, was raised Kojic too, so she understands. She know what you're talking about, Amethyst Angel. We gonna be here an hour talking about a 10-minute video. Listen, I thank you all for rocking out. Let's get to it, y'all. I'm gonna get in your way and out your way real quick here. This is a video that came to my attention because I saw it floating around these interwebs. And when you see me in a context of a basic economic video where I'm trying to give some basic teaching of economic principles, you'll hear me talk about compound interest. Simple. One thing leads to another thing. They're compounded together, leads to a third thing. Compounded together creates a benefit. Well, that's if those things are positive economically. But if you take negativity, we ain't talking about money anymore. We're talking about actions. We're talking about mentality. If you take negativity and you take one level of negativity and you pile it on another, and then take a third level of negativity and pile it on the second, and maybe a fourth and pile it on the third. Well, my goodness, where are you going with all that negativity? That's a real load to carry. Where are you going with all that negativity? Nowhere good. Because ain't no way you could put all those negatives together and end up in a positive place. Well, this is this video that I came across. As you see in the title, says Black Teen Caught with a Ski Mask and a Machine Gun. Y'all, when I see this kind of stuff, it just triggers something in me, because these are the kind of people I talk to on a regular. Yeah, I have a voice on the internet. I get it. I say certain things in this space, but when I log off, I try to be dope in real life. I try to touch people in real life and make a difference in real life, because there are people out here who need help in real life. And sometimes when you have a negative situation, like a lack of education. If you follow me for some time and rocked out with me for some time on this platform, you've heard me say that I believe that education is the civil rights issue of our time. Why? Because if you get it wrong, well, that wrong decision can lead you to making negative decisions. Negative education leads to negative decisions. Negative decisions might lead you to taking drugs. And then what happens if you are uneducated and then you put drugs on top of an uneducated mindset? Oh, then we in a real bad place. Well, what happens if you take those drugs on top of a negative mind, an uneducated mind, and you put the drugs on top of that, and then you put a gun in the hands of that uneducated person, that high person, that drunk person? Oh, then we compounding negativity. Y'all see how this works? So you can compound positivity in a certain area, but you can also compound negativity. You uneducated, then you high. We're going to put that on top of the uneducated. Then we're going to take a gun, put it on top of the high and uneducated. Then you motivated by that miseducation, uneducated activity. And on top of the intoxication, then we're going to put a weapon in your hand, and then you're going to go out in the streets, and you might come across somebody like me who is just out taking a walk, holding my wife's hand. Might be out blowing some bubbles with my grandkids one day, just out enjoying life. Want to touch the grass and see what life is about. Help these kids as they grow and as they develop. And you, with all that compound negativity, come across me on a day where fate might have it. Well, I want to eliminate that. So let's have this conversation real quick. 10-minute video. Let's have a quick conversation about how these folks might come across our path, y'all. I'm going to share this video with y'all, and we're going to see how them folks react to it in this instance, because the way they've been acting lately, we don't know. Let's have a go at it. Young man here riding in the car with his girlfriend, his lady friend, whatever the case might be, and they get pulled over because the car had a loud exhaust, might have had some tinted windows or whatnot. The police say, hey, y'all look suspicious. What's going on over there? Maybe we need to just pull you over real quick and see what's going on, because we know this neighborhood is hot. You fit the description. I can tell by his hairstyle, this is Florida all the way. Shout out to my Florida people. I know I got a lot of followers in Florida that rock out with me heavy, but in this video, this looked like a young bruh from Florida. and we're going to just follow the video and see how it goes. Y'all check it out.
24. An officer pulled over a vehicle for an exhaust making excessive noise.
Hello, Deputy Road, Lake County Sheriff's Office. How you doing? The reason I'm stopping you is your exhaust. You can't have your exhaust any louder than the way it comes from the factory. You got your driver's license, registration, insurance in there?
I got it. I bought it.
Okay, I got you.
I say it's a ticket for that, for all the exhaust.
You could. I can tell you right now I'm not giving you a ticket for it. Are you the registered owner of this vehicle? Okay. Put the car in park, shut it off for me. Can you hand me the keys real quick? Yeah. All right, just sit tight.
Y'all let me know. Anybody feeling any kind of way already? Anybody feeling a little uncomfortable already based on what you see? Let me know in the chat. How y'all feeling about this circumstance? They just pulled the car over saying, hey, your exhaust is extremely loud. You driving a bucket. I don't know what y'all call it, where you from, but that's what I was raised to call. It's a bucket. It's a lemon. It's all loud driving through the neighborhood. This is what we're dealing with. Anybody feel uncomfortable about this? Let me know in the chat.
So it smells like 31. The passenger has a big bulge in his pocket. When he pulled out his wallet, he was trying to hold something in there. Is that the keys in the car?
All right, y'all. Smell like 31. We already going down a negative road. We talking about compound negativity, how one bad thing compiles on top of another bad thing, leading to bad outcomes. AJ Drawdy said hoopty. Oh, AJ, you must be my age. If you know anything about hoopty, AJ. A hoopty? I don't even know if the kids these days know what a hoopty is. Is that even a word to them? AJ, I know exactly what a hoopty is. I am so familiar. I've been through so many cars in my life. I am so familiar. Praise God for hoopty. AJ has blessed us on this afternoon. Listen, he said he smelled a little something in the car, y'all. Okay, not only was your car making all kind of noise causing us to pull you over, but when I pulled you over, I smelled them trees. I smelled the devil's lettuce coming up out of your vehicle. Okay, we got compounded problems. You see what I'm saying here, y'all? You see where I'm going? I'm trying to get out your way. Dante, thank you for rocking out with us today. We got Giselle Brooks in the building, said Hoop D. Yeah, we know what it is. Let's get to it.
If you want to take him and search it, because it reeks of weed.
What's up?
For what?
Huh?
For what?
I don't know. She's just hungry.
I'll talk to her in a minute.
I'm sorry.
Do you mind if I pat you down for weapons or anything?
Say again?
Do you mind if I pat you down for weapons or anything?
Yeah.
Just turn around for me.
All right, now see, y'all wanted to cut up when Monique came out. Y'all know Monique, the comedian. She told y'all about coming out the house with that bonnet on. You can't take the time to get yourself together and you just put that bonnet on your head and come out the house looking any old kind of way. Y'all dragged her all over Beyonce's internet when she came out and told y'all about it, but it signifies a certain thing. And when the police saw this woman in this bonnet driving this car, making all this noise, they probably thought a certain thing. They said, hey, she fit a certain description. She fit a certain stereotype. Let's pull them over and see what's going on here. She got a bonnet on.
What's in your pocket right now? Is it keys?
This is a charger.
Do you mind taking it out for me, put it on the hood? Can we just have a seat on the bumper for me?
Can I step out the car, sir? This tractor spot. All right, so what I'm trying to figure out is,
You have anything on you?
no, sir. Come on.
No weapons?
No.
Nothing illegal on you?
Yes, keys.
Okay.
Keys. Stop touching me, there, sir.
Come over here.
I am. I'm gonna stick there. Come over here. Come on. You're right here. You don't have to touch me, sir. Put your hands on the car.
0.
What? It's not going.
Stop.
Stop.
Stop. Stop.
Y'all, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me roll it back. Thank you, chat. Thank you, each and every one of you, for alerting me. You know how I get. You know, I can just get triggered and get to ranting on stuff. I'm glad y'all put it in the chat. Thank y'all for rocking out and being there for me. Y'all saved me today. But we got a brother in this situation who is recognizing that, okay, we got multiple negative decisions that have led us to this point. We got a bad situation. Thank you, Vivian. Appreciate you. Marvin and AJ and Laura and Honey K and Vivian and Urban Southern Cookie and all of y'all. I think I doubled up on some names, but it's okay. Thank y'all for alerting me that I was on mute. Brother said, oh, I'm nervous. I'm uncomfortable. Did I mention Laura Holland? I hope I got you, Laura. I thank you for being here. I'm thankful to have your presence in the chat. Giselle Brooks, thank you for being here. Brother said, I am uncomfortable. I've made a bunch of bad decisions that have led me to this moment. Bro, can I get out the car? Because I think I can play it off a little piece. See, this is the part that gets me, Marvin, because it all culminates into a certain circumstance when you compound the negative decisions on top of each other. This brother thought he was smarter than the police. He said, listen, I ain't trying to sit here with this pole in my lap. Maybe if I get out the car, I could fool them into not seeing it, not believing that I got it on me. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, Urban Southern Cookie, for the fire. She said, did he smell weed yet? And they always smell weed. Probable cause for the search. I wish folks would stop smoking weed in their cars. Compounded problem. Thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. Urban Southern Cookie be rocking out with us heavy, y'all. She gets it. I hope she started a YouTube channel. I hope that she launches her own channel and get out here and start talking to y'all, because she gets it. She understands. Why people keep smoking weed in their cars, knowing that if you run into a problem, they're going to smell the weed. Listen, I said it long ago on social media, and people thought I was being funny, but I'm out and I'm living life. I'm out amongst the people. Y'all understand, I'm in California, right? Where this stuff is legal. So it's okay. You can walk down the street, you can smell it. You can drive down the street, you can smell it. And I said on social media one day, I wonder if people who smoke weed realize that they smell like people who smoke weed. And people thought I was trying to be funny. No, I'm serious. Bro, I'm in the bank, bro. I'm in Starbucks. Y'all know how bad Starbucks be smelling, because you know they burn their coffee beans off in that place. If you pull up next to me in a Starbucks and I smell weed on you, we got so much of a problem, because it already stank in here. But your stank is so strong that you overwhelming the burnt coffee beans. And this is what we dealing with, y'all. If you don't live in California, you are so blessed. Let me tell you. You are so blessed and highly favored to live in another state. I'm still working on my wife, trying to convince her to move out of this wretched state. But her grandbabies is here, and she attached to her grandbabies. She ain't leaving them. What kind of grandmama would that be, to go to another state to live a better life, knowing that her grandbabies is here? And all this foolishness that goes on in California. Our sister with another 5 says, never mind her bonnet. She need to be giving it to him. Oh my Lord. Can you imagine? Urban Southern Cookie got jokes today, y'all. She on one. She says, sis, Will you take off your bonnet and give it to bruh so we ain't got to witness that? He is hurting our eyes with them twigs that is coming up out his scalp. What is going on? Y'all, this is Florida. I see this all the time, whether it be y'all rappers or y'all hood dudes. I don't know what this is in Florida. This is a thing. Like, y'all actually go to the shop to get this done in Florida. That's why I know where these stories come from when I see this kind of stuff. As soon as I saw your head, I knew what we was working with. Well, we're talking about compounded bad decisions. As soon as the police saw your head, they knew what they were working with. Maybe as soon as they saw that bonnet, they knew. Urban Southern Cookie says, look at his hair. Oh my God, his hair is a crime. Oh, his hair is a crime all by itself. And yet, y'all, somebody told y'all this was cool. Somebody told y'all this was a style. Somebody told y'all this was the way to be, to walk out the house and look like this, present like this. Yes, Vivian, to smell like this. This is your presentation. And when you get yourself caught up in situations like this, now you're stuck. Now you're smelling funny. Now you're looking funny. Now you're acting funny. Oh, is this man got a badge and a gun? He got some governmental authority. Now you got a problem. Never knowing, never imagining, never thinking because you were uneducated. That's where we started, right? Y'all roll it back to the beginning of our conversation here today. It all starts with education and the lack thereof. These other things compile on top of that. I feel like if we can fix the educational problem in this country, we might solve for all. No, we don't want to be absolutists. We ain't gonna solve for everything, but we might solve for a lot of these issues that compile on top of lack of education. You never thought you would run into the day where you'd be looking at Revenge of the Nerds right here. I don't even know if y'all can see my arrow. Revenge of the Nerds with a badge and a gun. He got you folded up. He was just in high school 2 years ago, and y'all was slapping him around. Now he got a badge and a gun, and he is imposing his will as an agent of the government. All right. Let's get up off it. Let's get back to it. I'm going to let y'all go. I've already overrun it. My time is already spent.
I'm not doing nothing.
Don't move.
Don't move, bro. Whatever you do, don't move.
He's got something clipped on the front of his pants.
I saw it.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
19 years old.
19. $19 years old.
You got any other weapons on you?
So you got on you?
That's all I got. Last question, dude.
In a minute. I get my baby mom number. I get them. What is it? I get my baby mom number.
Yeah.
What? Huh? For what?
That's what I'm saying. No, the thing, right?
100%.
Yeah.
You're 19 years old and you got a handgun on you.
You're 19 years old. You got the Gleazy. You got the pole. Not only is it a Gleazy, but it got a switch on it. Makes it fully automatic, y'all. These dudes be playing video games and watching movies and trying to implement that stuff in real life. Not only do you hold your gun sideways, but you can't use the sights anyway. You ain't got no training. You ain't got no understanding. And you put a switch on it where that thing just go. And we be looking like, as a community, we say, well, how come so many innocents get hit? How come some old lady was just sitting in her house watching TV and caught a stray? How come some baby was laying in the crib and caught a stray? How come some mother was just walking down the street with her baby in the crib and caught a stray? Because y'all can't shoot. Because y'all don't know what you're doing. Because y'all are a detriment to society. Because y'all started out at a certain level where you ain't had no education. Listen, y'all, these are compounded negative decisions. You ain't had no education. You ain't paid attention in school. Okay, so we at the ground level. Maybe we could fix it there. That's all I'm advocating for. Can we try to fix it there so where you can make better decisions? No, we ain't doing that. Okay, so you ain't got no education. The car smell like weed. That's what the police said. So now you uneducated and high. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Now you thought you were smarter than the police. Maybe if I could just step out, they won't see this Glock in my pants, in my drawers. I ain't got no holster. I ain't got no, it's just in there. I'm about to blow my stuff off if I move the wrong way. But now we got uneducation, intoxication. Now we armed on top of that. Is there any way this can end up in a positive situation? All these negatives, how y'all get all this negative input compounded one upon the other and come out with a positive outcome? I don't see it. But if y'all see it, hey, feel free to drop it in the chat, because these are the kind of conversations we're going to have in the Patreon. Y'all, I'm going to light it up, because this is the kind of stuff that gets my fire burning.
Huh?
And you're reaching in your pocket while you're walking towards deputies. Not good.
I'm saying, but I'm not bothering anybody. I ain't messing with no one.
Don't matter.
I know. I'm saying, y'all see we got pulled for this. What I'm saying, y'all see we got pulled for what? What did we get?
He's the one that pulled you over. Okay. You're 19 years old. You got a handgun in your waistband that I'm pretty sure has a switch on it.
Switch.
Yeah. You know what that is.
You know what that is.
I'm talking about a switch.
Yep. You know what that is?
Nah, definitely not. I can't see my phone.
No.
Look at this. Ski mask.
Are you on the phone with your mom? Friend?
Sister.
Sister, okay.
Bring him here.
2783, like the blackmail passenger is the one that's staying. Can you run a criminal history on him looking for felonies?
Gloves.
Is it your brother or anything? Friend? Acquaintance?
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend? Okay.
Can I walk to her? Or she can walk over there.
Not right now.
Can she walk right there?
Just, I mean, she's got a right to get out right there in that parking lot.
She's
but-
gonna walk
But
up.
as far as coming over here, she needs to hold up right now. Hold up one second.
Stay over there.
Why would a young sister connect herself to a young man like this? Y'all, let me know. Because I could sit here for hours and I'm about to let you go. I told you it was going to be a short live today, but I can't imagine in my mind, why would a young sister like this connect herself to a man like this? I don't get it. I don't get what y'all see in them. I don't understand it. Why you don't want better for yourselves? Why you attach yourself to a crash dummy like this and find yourself driving around the hood with a brother in your passenger seat? You have now become an accomplice to whatever he was going to be up to. What y'all working on? You going to crash out with him? He uneducated. He smell like weed. He probably high. He got a Glock with a switch on it, and he in your passenger seat. I don't know why they make these bad decisions other than that first level we talked about where it ain't no education, y'all. Her decisions are just as bad as his. She choosing to be with this dude who riding around with gloves and a ski mask and a Glock. What is really going on, y'all?
Do you have a test kit available?
We'll give us a second. We'll talk to you. I promise.
Hey, babe. Can I get y'all a number? Both y'all. Can y'all write me down their numbers?
Not right now.
Regina, I need y'all numbers, bro.
So we pulled him out. He has a loaded handgun in his waistband. He's not old enough to have a handgun. He's also got what looks like crack in his pocket and a bunch of weed in his pocket. Ski mask and gloves. So it doesn't look super good. Okay.
I'm just being real though. What gave y'all the cause to bother me though? If y'all already start her for traffic, this is a traffic stop, so I know my rights. I'm just saying, what did
He said, I know my rights. He might have a law degree. What law school he go to? He said, I know my rights. I'm educated in this. That's why I got crack in my pocket. Thank you, AJ Drotty. Appreciate you for the 10. Thank you so much for your support. Oh, yes, we're going to get it busting over on Patreon. Y'all better click the link and get over there. We're going to continue conversations just like this, because this is what stirs up my spirit, because I come across so many young men who feel like, just like this, bro, he say, I know my rights. Bro, you got so many crash outs, so many young crash out brothers who think, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what's going on, Rochelle Love. Thank you for being here. She said crack in 2025. Yes, it's Florida. And I ain't trying to cast no aspersions on Florida. I love y'all, Florida. I love the fact that Florida ain't California, and that's enough for me. Are we okay with that? Can we get down with that? I love y'all. I rock out with y'all, Florida. Thank you. But y'all, the griminess of Florida, it might be worse than the griminess of California. I don't know. Maybe y'all running neck and neck, because Florida gets grimy in certain situations, but so does California. Y'all, Oakland look like a burnt match. Certain parts of LA look like a burnt match, like the whole city about to fall apart. And speaking of burnt match, they let the whole section of the city burn up in LA, but that was the rich part. If y'all gonna let the rich part burn, can you imagine what they doing with the poor part? Shout out to Florida. We love y'all. Shout out to our sisters rocking out with us today. Urban Southern Cookie said he is equipped with Ninja Hood Kit. Ain't that it? Urban Southern Cookie is on one today. Ain't that it? Ain't that the starter kit for the Hood Ninja? Weed, drugs, ski mask, gun with a switch, and gloves. Oh, he was ready to go to war. He was official. The sad and dangerous thing is that he isn't the only one. Thank you, Urban Southern Cookie. We saw you over there in the Patreon. We waiting for you to get active. Thank you, sis. We appreciate you for supporting and rocking out with us. We know you got a word for us all. He ain't the only one. And that's why we need to continue this conversation and push it forward. He's not the only one, y'all. When you look at this situation and you say, wow, this is bad. This is really bad. This is bad decision on top of bad decision on top of bad decision. He's not the only one. So what are we to do, you and I, who are trying to make sense of all this, who are trying to let our voices be heard and push forward for a better situation amongst the community? Some folks might be out there and say, hey, it's a racial thing. This y'all blackity blacks. No. Blackity blacks ain't the only ones with crack in 2025, Rochelle. They got it. And some of the whitey whites is on that fentanyl. It's all kind of mess, all kind of devilment, all kind of deviant behavior going on in all communities of all colors. Although them Democrats gonna try to tell you that it's a racial thing. I just covered a story that had a black kid and a white kid, and everybody's trying to make it go viral as a racial story. It ain't racial. It's just devilment. Thank you, everyone who has sponsored this live stream today. Our sister Amethyst Angel with the 5 said, if he knows his rights, he wouldn't be saying a word. Ooh, now you done preached a sermon. Oh, that'll preach. Now look, Amethyst Angel, you going down my street with that. Listen, if he knew his rights, he would shut his mouth. Bro, they already got the gun on you. You're already smelling like trees. They got the devil's lettuce out your pocket and some crack rocks. Boy, you down bad already. What are you talking for? Talking about, I know my rights. No, you don't know a thing. I think you need Amethyst Angel to represent you at this moment because she tell you to shut your mouth. She said he wouldn't even grunt. Did they Mirandize him? They did. I didn't hear them Mirandize him on camera. But he just bumping his gums. He out there talking because he knows his rights. He knows what's best for him.
Y'all bother me for though.
Because
And I'm just need everything from camp. I'm like,
because the car smells like marijuana.
okay,
And we're
well,
pulling you
pull
and
it
her
over.
out of it to go search it because it smells like marijuana. And when you stepped out, that deputy noticed you had a handgun stuffed in your waistband or pocket or whatever, and that's why you're putting handcuffs. Okay?
Like, honestly, none of anything that would or can be in the car is not my sister's problem. She was just the driver.
And she's not in trouble for anything other than she's probably gonna get a ticket for a driver's license. That's it.
Do me a favor and have a seat.
Make sure you got nothing else on them.
I ain't got nothing else. Nothing else in your pocket. Got nothing in your hood. Excuse me, sir. Can y'all do this? Just one thing for me to do, at least. They ain't been a jack. I was asking you guys. Can y'all just get my can y'all get both of their numbers for me?
We'll do that.
Sure. Have a seat.
Can you get my mom number on my phone for me too? It's either y'all let me do it or the county jail let me do it.
Yeah. Is the camera on?
2783, like copy of 01
Call our friends at ATF.
with hollow points in it too.
And he has gloves and a
Ski mask.
ski mask.
Go to that call real quick. I'll be up there in just a second.
I ain't doing. I'm just trying.
Where do you go?
Get over here. So I'm not listen. So I'm not listen. So I'm not trying to. I'm literally.
No, listen. You're not going to be talking to anybody. Quit beating on the windows. Okay?
Look at all them charges, y'all. $19 years old,
You got gloves with you?
already a felon. Oh, y'all. These are the things that we have to deal with in the community. And if we want to make it better, we got to discuss these things. And that's why I bring it up. But I bring it up here on Them Folks platform to let you know that these are the kinds of conversations that I want to have over yonder on the Patreon, so we can go another further and really dig in and look. It's a private situation, so you ain't got to be worried about what you say floating around and getting out on Them Folks platform. We're going to talk it out. We're going to work through it. We're going to find some solutions. Y'all hear me say, y'all that have rocked out with me for some time, I say, and at the end of every video, let's share it so we can get more people involved in the conversation, because that's how we're going to come to solutions. We're going to have to talk through these things. We're going to have to work through some things. You're going to have to put your intellect with my intellect. We're going to have to find out where we can meet in the middle, where we're going to have to bend, where we're going to have to capitulate and say, you know what, you know more about this than I do. I might know more than you do. We might have to come to an agreement and say, look, we both wrong. Let's go with a third party option and try to work these things out, because things seem to be getting worse. And stories like this continue to pop up, y'all. I don't know if you follow this kind of stuff or not. With my legal background, this is one of the things I pay attention to on this internet. So I come across these stories quite a bit. Don't talk about them much. But in that space, I am going to. Amethyst Angel with another 5. Thank you, sis. Says Gerald. They don't need to read rights. They don't announce an arrest. If they're just detaining, do they? Well, I haven't studied the Miranda principles in the state of Florida. Now, you understand, y'all. Laws are different from state to state. I've never resided in Florida, so I don't know the legal ramifications in Florida. But I'm just going to assume, even if they threw out everything he said, they still got enough evidence to lock this brother up for years. You are a felon in possession of a firearm. That's enough to put you away for years, bro. Even if we disregard everything you said because of Miranda. I think these officers understood that Miranda was not of primary importance. We caught you with a gun and a ski mask and gloves that ain't got nothing to do with what's coming out of your mouth right now. This is the evidence we have collected off of your person. And you saw the girl's sister pulled up and said, hey, anything going on in that car ain't got nothing to do with my sister. She just driving this dude around. They trying to get her up out the situation. They trying to get her disconnected, even though she said, hey, that's my boyfriend. Why would you connect yourself to this? You still out here making bad decisions, sis. And we knew you was making bad decisions when we saw that bonnet. We got somebody in chat says, your name says this is common sense. Well, that's what we striving for. Can we just inject some common sense into this narrative? Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all rocking out. These are the conversations we are going to push forward with. This ain't all we talking about, but I do want to get into this just a little piece and see if we can talk amongst ourselves over in the Patreon and come up with some solutions. Because these kinds of situations and circumstances happen every day in the community. And it is just my opinion and my belief that if we could attack it from the root, maybe we could make a substantial difference. You got so many people out here who are clipping around the edges, taking off a leaf or two, cutting off a couple branches and thinking you go solve the problem. No, we need to attack it at the root of the problem. And I just believe that if you had a little taint of education, a little taint of knowledge, a little piece of wisdom in your life, you would make better decisions. Those better decisions might lead you not to do no drugs to the point where you walking around smelling like the devil's lettuce. Okay, so we started education. You are better educated to where somebody put drugs in your face and you say, nah, I ain't doing that. I like to keep a clear head. I like to be in control of my faculties. I ain't doing that. Okay, you might have just won right there because your education has put you in a place to make a smart decision. And then somebody says, okay, well, you skip drugs. Well, here's a gun. How about a gun? And you say, I'm not high. If I was high, maybe I'd accept that. But because I said no to drugs and I'm not high right now, maybe I'll say no to that weapon too. Because I don't have bad decisions compounding on one another. I made a good decision at the start to be educated. So when some uneducated person comes in my life and tries to offer me these things, offer this negativity into my life, you try to introduce this negativity upon me. I say, See, I started out with a good education, so I am informed. I can make wise decisions. Well, y'all, some of y'all, we see D-Blah in the building. Thank you for being here. E-Bike Mike in the house. Thank y'all for rocking out. Well, y'all, some of y'all might think that education begins in the school. No, that is problematic in the community. Thinking that, oh, well, once they get to school, then pink and blue and green and purple-haired teachers are going to teach them the right thing, right? That's their job, right? In fact, their job title is called teacher. Y'all kids ain't going to school till they're 4 or 5 years old. What is happening before that? Can we instill some discipline in their life? Y'all, my battery just died. Hold on. Because this is unbelievable to me. I hope y'all still got audio in this circumstance. Let me see if I can get y'all back. It's my fault because I said that I was going to be on here and off here in a quick, hot moment. Thank you, Rochelle. I'm glad you hear me. We're trying to get back connected, but I'm going to let y'all go in a second. But if we can get ourselves to a position where we can instill some early lessons on these kids, get some knowledge in their lives to where they ain't got to depend on this foolishness that's going to come out and face them when they out here in the streets. We know it's coming, y'all. We know it's something they're going to have to deal with. And if you ain't concerned with it at this point, well, my God, I don't know what to tell you. Other than that, we need to have a furtherance of discussion. We need to talk it out just a little bit more. E-Bike Mike said, my question is, look, I like that, E-Bike Mike. See, you asking the right questions. He said, my question is, who's teaching these teachers? Betty Harrison, I like that. Thank you, Betty. It begins at home, y'all. Your kids have been rocking out with you at home years before they make it into that public school classroom. And we talk a little piece about economics, because I would hope that you would get yourself in a position where you could put your kid in a private school classroom. That's why when Donald Trump gets to talk about school choice, hey, we rocking out with you, sir. Present something to us that's tangible. Let's see where you're going with this. Amethyst Angel said that means we're still singing the bridge. Laura Holland, thank you for being here, says we need to talk to our kids and grandchildren. I got 5 grands, Laura. One of them just got here a month ago. He brand new. He brand new. He's still getting adjusted to earth. It is our responsibility to train them up the right way. We can't depend on these public schools. We can't depend on the school system. We can't depend on government. Y'all see how bad government is? Have y'all seen how Doge has been rocking out in government? Ain't no way you should put any faith in a government like that at this point in time. Ain't no way. We see what's been going on. We see what we're dealing with. We see as they say, waste, fraud, and abuse in government. We understand it. We see what is happening. You shouldn't put your faith in that. Put your faith in God and God alone, and depend on your own intellect, your own experience, and your own mental muscle to teach these babies. Betty says she's teaching her grandkids daily. That's what we need, Betty. We need more people like you. And we need, you know what? We need you, Betty, to be a part of this conversation and teach other people how it's working out for you, how your grandkids are being enhanced and being blessed, such that they ain't walking out the house with a bonnet on their head, and they're not driving around with felons in the car, with Glock switches and gloves and ski masks. If that's working out for you in your life, Betty, I just need you to share your ministry with somebody else. Just share a word and say, you know what? This is what I did. This is what worked. This is what helped. Might work for you, it might not. But take a tip from me, because this is what worked for me. Maybe you can take it, you can build on it, you can expand on it. Maybe you need to go in a different direction, because your grandkids ain't my grandkids. We all understand we come from different places, different situations, but we need to expand the conversation so that we can be a help one to another, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking out. This live went much longer than I thought it would be. I said, oh, a 10-minute video? The video ain't even 10 minutes. Maybe we can rock out for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and we can get it, hit it, quit it, and be out your way. I appreciate everybody for rocking out and being a part of the conversation because it was lit in the chat. And I appreciate everyone who supported the chat, everyone who supported the stream, everyone who participated in the chat and became a part of the conversation. These are the conversations that we are going to have over on Patreon, y'all. The link is in the description and pinned to the top of the chat. Join us over there. Become part of the family. We ain't going nowhere. We still going to be on YouTube. But we understand we can get down with the get down over in that Patreon. Appreciate each and every one of y'all rocking out with me today. My camera didn't make it, but I'm still here, and I'm glad y'all made it with me every step of the way. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Not only will I see you in the Patreon where we can rock out, but I'll see you on the next one. God bless.